to our channel.
Welcome.
This is Colin.
And I'm Paul.
And together we are Mr. and Mr. Vlogs.
So today, on this glorious Easter Sunday,
and Passover weekend for those of the Jewish persuasion.
You've seen our video earlier, or our crazy dancing.
Obviously we're not professionals.
I don't know if you can pick up a little bit on what we're kind of hinting on that we crazy people are doing.
But we are actually then, we're going to the Pantages to go see Fiddler on the Roof.
So this is going to be the 5th in their season series for the Hollywood Pantages Theater. Since, you know, I'm an Ashkenazi Jewish, of course I'm milking the fact that, I don't know if you've seen our previous videos regarding our 23andMe ancestry reveal. So I found out I have a tiny fraction of Jewish in me, so this will be fitting in watching this show.
So if you haven't seen it, please look at the video just before this, and you can check out our DNA reveal on both of us.
So I haven't really seen the entire Fiddler on the Roof. I've seen little snippets and little videos of this from way back when it first came out. And of course you have a different...
Me on the other hand have seen the original stage show about 20 odd years ago with the acclaimed stage actor Zero Mostel, and then later on with Topol on the film. I like them both very much.
Yeah, I think the actor that played is really good.
Oh, it's extraordinary, I thought.
So the Fiddler in the Roof is actually a musical that first came out in 1964. It's music done by Jerry Bock and lyrics by Sheldon Harnick. And the story...
Story? What story?
Yeah, well, it's about Jewish people.
Really?
Well, the story is based on Tevye and his 5 daughters and his attempt to maintain Jewish religious and cultural traditions as outside influences in Imperial Russia in 1905 encroaches upon their lives. Tevye has to cope with her daughters wanting to marry for love.
For love? Boy, what a concept that is. How about that?
And that moving further away from the Jewish faith and heritage. So I think back then, the Jewish fathers choose the husbands for their daughters.
Yeah, it was arranged marriages, as many cultures did. It was usually the father who would arrange for a suitable groom for his daughter, usually for the benefit of both families. In many cultures, as in this one here, they actually have professional matchmakers who goes out, and their job is to look for suitable spouses for their brides.
So the story is going to revolve around that.
Yeah.
In this kind of arranged marriages happening in different cultures, specifically the Indian culture, not the American Indian. So, anyways, with that, you've seen us dance to
the opening number.
It's an opening number for the show, and it's called Traditions. It actually sets the tone for the musical.
But it sets the meter and it sets the mood, and it gives you the setting, so you have a pretty clear thing with that opening number.
So here's a bit of a sample on that, so you can see on the video. Tradition. highlights on the show that I think
that we're going to talk about.
and it's worth kind of waiting for and waiting to see.
Well, the first one has to do with Tevia's first daughter being married, and it's a very famous song that you probably heard many times, called Sunrise Sunset.
Like this video right here.
Sunrise, sunset, sweet dreams I years, one season following another, happiness.
If you listen to it, is actually a prayer that the father and the mother is singing as to what words of wisdom that can they give them as they get married and onto their new life.
Okay, so another of the kind of highlights of this show will be the song I'm pretty sure you've all heard before. It's called Matchmaker.
Matchmaker,
Find me a match me a match, find me a wine so I can drink.
No, we haven't been already.
So I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
song.
it really is, and you'll probably enjoy it. But more importantly, when you hear the actual thing, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I know that one."
Matchmaker, plan me no plans. I get no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, woo me no groove, find me no fight, catch me no bad, unless he's a man.
The next one after that is, of course, after every wedding, what happens? They usually have a reception, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on in receptions. In this particular case, there was a lot of jubilation, a lot of singing and dancing, and there was an extraordinary set of dancing that was going on right after this wedding. More importantly, something called a bottle dance.
Yeah, it requires the men balancing a bottle of wine, red or white, whatever you like,
Chablis, Merlot,
on top of their heads, and doing the choreography. So it's going to be really interesting to see because it does require a lot of skill,
a lot of balance. They've got this thing on their head, and they're dancing around, and they're doing some really incredible things, which is seemingly impossible. I know my knees just hurt just looking at some of the things they do.
It's just great.
Oh my God.
It's wonderful. It kind of reminds me of a folk dance in the Philippines.
Oh, that's right.
It's called Pandango sa Ilaw, which literally means just dancing with lights. And instead of a wine bottle, they actually use tea lights on top of their heads
and on
their palms. There's two on the hands.
as you can see with the picture right here.
And you'll see that picture right there. So it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
It's also a dance of celebration.
Last song that we're going to highlight is actually probably the most famous one that everybody has seen, is "If I Was a Rich Man."
All day long, dilly-dilly-dum. If I were a wealthy man.
Whoa! Which you'll see on that video
video.
clip right there. Right here.
If I were a rich man, all day long I dum. If I were a wealthy man, you wouldn't have to work. dibby-dibby-dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
The actor was really great in this one.
Yeah.
Of course, you're seeing video clips from the
movie
that came out maybe in the 70s.
in the 70s, I think.
Late 70s. So
We're
it's gonna be a little
It'll be
different from, of course, from the stage, because things are gonna be worked out the stage form. So,
but being that this is a musical theater classic, no doubt that the crew complement is probably going to be good. At least we're hoping so.
yep. So those are the highlights that we're kind of looking forward to seeing later tonight, and we'll come back and give you what we think about the production.
Hey everybody, here we are in Hollywood.
And there you go, right at the back.
And what's behind us? Fiddler on the roof. But
So-
first, what do we do first?
We have to have our Starbucks on.
Starbucks. It's a Starbucks run. See
All
you
right.
in a bit
See you in a
for a
bit.
review.
Boy, what a show that was.
It was wonderful.
It was spectacular. Oh my goodness.
I would say this is the best so far that we've seen in the series.
In our series, absolutely. The music, the dancing, and of course the story, we both agree, was solid. Absolutely solid.
Yep. It's nothing really to nitpick. This is the one of the best that I've seen, at least. Colin has more to compare with. This is the first time I've actually seen the entire show and the entire storyline. It's amazing. The bottle dance, which I like a lot, didn't disappoint. It was marvelous.
Oh my goodness, was it good?
And the ending scene is just so heart-wrenching. Like I told in the earlier videos, in order for me to like the musical or any kind of movie, that it has to draw my emotions.
It has to touch you.
And this actually did, and more. The ending part of it is such a powerful image about the Jews fleeing from their homeland.
Mm-hmm.
It was something to behold. It was just
It was
great.
powerful. It was haunting because of the powerful message that it was given. It's just heart-wrenching, really.
The story not just about the father and daughters, but the changing times, and also including you into the Jewish culture and their practices and their heritage.
Well, it draws you in, and as I was telling Paul, is that this is the type of story that you don't even have to be Jewish or know anything about the Jewish culture or history to be able to appreciate the whole storyline and the atrocities that was going on and the adversities and how they dealt with it. It just drew you in.
So all in all, This is a 10 for us. I think we've actually agreed on most, actually in all of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 10 for us.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to the next ones. We have 3 more coming, and those are gonna be really great.
Oh,
For
blockbusters
sure.
as well. So, wow.
Of course, we're biased on the next 3 coming, but we'll still give you what we think about it. I mean, you don't have to agree with us. We're not experts in musical theater. We're just telling you how we feel as a theater goer. Go ahead and come and see it. So you see for yourself and judge for yourself whether you like it or not. But for the both of us, we absolutely love
2
it.
thumbs up. Absolutely. You know what? Leave some comments down below on what you think. If you've seen it, if you liked it, if you have any comments on it, we'd love to hear that as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell so you know when we have new content coming in. And what we always like to say is don't forget to dream
Explore.
and discover. So until next time,
See you next time.
see you in the theater. Bye.
La 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 la.